Hey everybody. So yesterday we had a pretty big I don't know, change of like or distraction of trying to figure out how the linear fog works, even though we were just trying to work on validation. And on top of that, I did get the validation working, but I didn't even check it because I was so like fixated on how fog works. And that is kind of, and so that works, so that's cool. But that is kind of like the problem with the challenge I always ran into with ThreeJS was just like not only did I not know how to code it and all that, I also like didn't even know if it was working or not working, what to expect and all that. And that was kind of one of the goals of this entire application was like how do we, I mean, I wanted a simple easy way to determine what something even does. Like I just didn't even know. Like for example, when you take a mesh, and if you were to say, turn this into like a some text, right, and then it gets all weird because it does this weird stuff when the height is defaulted to one, and then like if you go and you animate it and then you turn the rotation to like 3, right? So like like it's animating along the very left, and like how would you know that? You need an easy way to be able to test that, but there's no, I never really could find any good tools on that, and there's a lot of things going on before you can even see um, any of this stuff. So, anyways, that was good. That being able to see how the fog works and all that was really really good. Um, so I think the next step, and then the other thing was like, I had totally forgotten that whenever you make one of these editable, you need to also add like handling code that handles the change to update this scene. I just forgot about that. So like when I was kind of laying out the steps of what needed to be done, that was like, oh crap, okay, so now I need, and that'll be easy to remember next time. But what I want is like to be able to add an entire property with animation and everything, um, in and know, be able to expect and know everything that I'm gonna have to do. Right now, it's kind of like not necessarily consistent. Like if you were to add a new property to like a scene, it might be slightly different than if you not add a property or mesh and stuff like that. So I would like to normalize that whole process. Maybe not the piece where it actually communicates to 3GS, but everything else up until that point should be able to be normalized into a regular way. Um, so so that's definitely something. One of the goals of the POC 2.0, Showtime POC 2.0. I did put a lot of thought into. I've been thinking a lot about like, should I stay with the name Showtime? And actually, I love the name Showtime because it's a show, right? The scene, like it's like you almost want to call it a scene, but there is something already called a scene. But what we have is a show, and then we document what happens over time. So I like Showtime. I think maybe next time I'll name it Show Space Time, up here instead of Showtime and one, and and all that. So that's cool. That's fun. Fun thing to think about on the drive in a rainy morning, sitting in traffic. But what is next? So the next thing is to create a key up handler or a key down handler. And all the key down handler will do is save the previous value. So whenever the key goes down, the value of the the handler, when it gets set, the value hasn't been set yet. The value doesn't get set till the key goes up, and we want to be able to compare the previous value to the next value because we have certain rules around, like if you go from a valid state to an invalid state, we just push you back to the invalid state. So we're going to need to store the previous value, and the best time to do that in my experience has been on the key down. um, So I had some code for that, and I actually commented out because um, I wasn't quite ready. There was a lot of things going on, but we had this. There was a lot of things going down. So anyway, so now I'm hitting the cap locks instead of it. So we are going to do the key down. Um, I'm always tempted. I always struggle with whether I should make the key down a um, a reusable like thing. See, right now I have saved previous fog density, and then um, I'll change this to like fog near, right? And I could argument this thing, right? Like send an argument or determine, somehow like only have one function and then have the function have a little bit more logic in it to determine which what what to serve. I could also, yeah, there's probably a ton of things I could do. Um, but the reason I don't do it is, and I've gone over this in my head a million times, is because the key up, I've never really found a good way to make the key up a common function, and I hate to just do things in a different way in two different situations. But sometimes I'm gonna hit save, and that's gonna break it all. You broke it all, and I know that we're gonna want a previous fog near. I just remember needing that before. Near. And then I'm going to create, and I don't even remember the one that we're doing, but it's probably at the end. Save previous fog near. Validate fog, validate value for token. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Near. And then it's going to take the control. I believe it's just called near. So like one thing I've thought would be a good idea is I believe the control has a name, and that is tied to the name. So it would be name. I don't know. I thought the control had a name. Oh, well, the control doesn't actually exist yet, so maybe that's just. Let's try this. Let's see, console log. And we'll just look at the control. Hopefully I don't have very much in the console logs at this point in time. Linear and a form control. Validator enabled. You would think that I could get the name of the control itself, value. But maybe there's got to be a way, but oh, you click these to get. For root pending root and validator. There's always ChatGPT. And Angular. I don't even know. So queer. Like one thing that you really have to watch out for with Angular is is okay. So you have to loop over it. It has no natural way of getting it. Um, oh my gosh. So you have to grab a control and then do a triple equals compare between the control that you have and the list of controls from the parent. Man, that's crazy. Anyways, anyways, I could get the control name and make a dictionary and set a value to that for that control name and do that and be able to commonize it. And I think I have done that at some jobs before, but I don't think I liked it because, like I said, I don't know. I don't know. I like some balance in there. I like knowing that. I mean, I like it to be kind of similar. Like if the key down has a reusable thing, the key up should. I don't know. It's probably weird, but anyways. So then we want to do something around validate fog near. So we're just going to lift and shift this whole thing. And so it's going to be like identical, but it wouldn't always be. And that's probably why, I mean, I don't know. Probably doesn't like in there, and it's not like there's gonna be thousands of these things. So if we did get more than like 7, then I would start to say, okay, maybe we should. Okay, so that we know we need to update this near control value, previous value, previous fog near. This validate for token current value. Okay, so then okay, so this is just going to get the validation token for the token that's given. So that's a very generic function. Previous value, validate values for tokens. That's fine. It goes over. Control. Okay, that's this current control. Had near error. Now we need to create a had near error and set it to false at the top. Equals false. And then we just need to make a couple of small tweaks in the okay, so this is for if had fog had near error, and that is still correct, valid. And then form near. Oh, we already checked that. And then, so in theory, we should be good to go. Good to go. Let's see. No, in practice, we should be good to go. Let's see. No, we are not. Oh, that's because I didn't do the key up. So no, we shouldn't have been good to go. And then it's probably like validate, if I remember. Yeah, validate fog near. Was I supposed to send it something? Yeah, I was supposed to send it 2 things. now, it looks like I did added an extra paren. Let's see. Booyah. All right, so yeah, that took a couple days, like it took 3 sessions. I think the other one, like it probably to set it up took like 10 sessions or 12 sessions or something. It went on and on and on forever. But now this one took, so that's a good sign, right? That's, whatever we could argue all day long about whether this was good or bad or whatever. But the fact that we went from 10 sessions for the initial implementation of one to 3 sessions for the second, and I bet you and we spent a good bit of the last session just exploring what linear fog is. So I mean, that's a really, to me, that's something I'm super happy with, and apparently my dog is over there too. Um, so what are we at on time? 16 minutes. I really want to, but I guess I'll do. Hopefully, I remember to. I want to see what like a tall, like building like thing looks like with fog, and because different parts of it's going to be different distances away. So I think it would actually very much look like fog on that. But I think I've used up enough of all of our valuable time today. So happy coding, everybody. Bye.